Hey everybody, welcome back to another review. Today we're taking a look at the Olight iMorse. There you can see a Morse code pattern. I forget what it says. I did look it up. It came with a little cheat sheet, I think, in the packaging. Here's packaging. User manual. Well, I know it came somewhere, but there you can see USB-C charger and standard Olight packaging. Give you a couple looks, then I'll give you the specs and some of the measurements. Okay, so overall length is 2.2 inches. Diameter is 0.64 inches, and weight is 0.78 ounces. Material is aluminum, and it's got this gunmetal gray finish on it. I don't know if it's, I'd assume it's kind of like an anodized aluminum. It could just be painted on, not exactly sure. Made in China, like all Olight stuff. Max output is 180 lumen. See it brighten everything up there. Peak intensity 580 candela. IPX8 water resistant. Now a lot of this stuff I don't really know what it means because I'm not a big flashlight guy, but I did write all the specs down. So the LED type is a CSP LED. The battery is a 130 milliamp hour lithium ion battery. Max runtime 12 hours. And I believe that is on the low 5 lumen setting. Beam distance 48 meters. Impact resistant to 1.5 meters. And like I said, 5 lumen for the low mode. And then there's a high mode for 180. Now I do like that. I was surprised when I got it that when I turned it on, there's a low setting and a high setting, because usually with these twist lights, I don't know how common it is, at least a lot of the ones that I've had in the past, you turn it on and that's all it is. Turn it on and it's on. Turn it off and it's off. But this, go a little bit and it's 5 lumen, which isn't super useful. It is so such a low lumen that it has to be really dark for it to really help, I think. Like if I'm walking the dog outside and there's street lights and stuff, this isn't going to do anything. I mean, you don't really notice it. But 180, definitely bright enough. You can see a nice beam right there. So I do like that they give you the option at least, even though I don't think it's super useful. Now on to some of the, and one of the design features is USB-C charging, which is nice. I hate, well, there's pros and cons. So the con is that you have to open it up and plug it into a wall and charge it and stuff, when for other flashlights like this other Olight, you just pop it open, put in a new AAA battery. But for this, you don't have to buy new batteries. So it has its pros and its cons with that. So now on to the actual pros of the whole design. I do like that you can charge it without having to replace a battery and go to the store and buy some weird shaped battery. Especially for a flashlight this size, you'd have to get some weird watch battery or something probably. So it's nice to be able to just charge it through the wall. I also like that it doesn't unscrew all the way when you do this. So you kind of just unscrew the middle and then it pops open and it's spring loaded. So it opens up enough to there, and then just close it right back up when you're done charging. It's very small and light. I'll show you compared to some of the other flashlights I carry. The 180 lumen is a nice high usable lumen. A lot of these small little flashlights are around the 100 to 150 probably range, so 180 is good. Definitely nice and usable. It's not like, I don't know, nobody's probably going to know what I'm talking about, but there was always these little plastic keychain lights. They were kind of like a weird oval shape, and it had like a rubbery button. There was like a big round button, and you'd press it, and it had a little tiny LED that would light up, and it was supposed to be a keychain light, and I always knew people that had those in their keychains, and it was so dull. It was probably a 5 lumen LED, and they were just completely useless. But this, being 180 lumen and nice and small, I mean, that's definitely usable if you drop something in your car, or if you're, like I said, taking the dog on a walk. Definitely bright enough to do that. So very usable. The only con I could think of is, another pro is the finish and look of it. I do like the pattern, even though I forget what that says in Morse code. You can read it there if you want to. But the color's cool. It's not just like a standard Olight black or anything. I always like when they do some interesting color like this. Makes it just a little more interesting than just a plain black aluminum. And then the main con that I could see with this is just the 5 lumen output on the low mode. If they could have bumped it up to something a little more usable, but still not enough to like run down that 12-hour max runtime, I think that would have been better. But it might still be usable for something at 5 lumen. Final judgments on this flashlight. I think it's good for a keychain light, especially for around $20. Definitely not bad. Seems high quality. 1.5 meter impact resistant, so should be able to handle a little abuse. It can bang around in your keys, maybe be dropped in a parking lot. Definitely useful in situations where you don't have a big flashlight with you, because that 180 lumen is really bright enough to light up a room when it's dark. It's definitely usable. Like I said earlier, if you drop something in your car, well, if this is on your keychains, you can use this to look between the seats or something and find what you dropped. So definitely a good use for it. And I would say it's worth $20. It's worth the money, even though I did get this one for free, because Olight always does those free flashlight, just pay for shipping type deals. That's where I got this Olight i3 EOS in the bronze color. So I will do a comparison with that. I usually carry this one in my coat pocket. My winter coat has like a breast pocket that I carry it in because, well, you don't really notice a flashlight this big in a big puffy coat. So it's always nice to have a flashlight in there. But you can see this one shorter but bigger diameter. This is more close to a diameter of a AAA battery, and then this is closer to a AA battery. But length is a little shorter. Then I have another one that I carry in my backpack that I take to work, and this has a button on the back and is also a AAA flashlight, but you can see it's way smaller than that. Probably pretty similar in diameter up at the top where it's thickest. This is titanium anodized blue, so a little nicer looking. It also has different modes when you click, so I believe that's probably pretty close, 180. This one looks a little brighter, so I don't remember what the highest setting on this is, but definitely good on both, but this one might be a little better. And this is a little cheaper. This is probably $30 to $35, I think. So at $20, I think it's definitely a good buy. Good little keychain light. At $20, if it lasts a year and then you crack the lens or drop it or lose it or something, it's not to the point where you don't want to buy another one. It's probably useful enough to where you're like, okay, well, another $20, I'll buy another. So that's pretty much all I have for this. Just a nice little flashlight. And if you like this review and want to see more, check out the other videos on my channel. I have other flashlight reviews. Those other flashlights I just compared it to. Reviews of those and others. And knife reviews. Give this video a like if you liked it. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And thanks for watching.